So about an hour ago, the Total Revs bigwigs gave me a call and said, look, we've got a brand new 22 plate Range Rover for you to review. So I thought, all right then, I'll see you in an hour. So here we are, Range Rover 22 plate, cue the music and don't tell Aaron. So here we have it, the brand spanking new Range Rover. Now this is the 350, so it's the top spec in the diesel segment of the Range Rover. You do obviously have more powerful options if you go petrol, leading up to the SV, but interestingly, this actually has more torque than your top level spec Range Rover SV. Now this cabin is just so far removed from the previous one. It's teched up to the max. You've got so many controls on your screen. You know, you've got your Bluetooth, you've got all your system controls. So the screen tells you the dimensions of the car. It's got its 360 cameras. It's got its own sat nav with full satellite readout. Again, you've got your Apple CarPlay, your Android Auto. It's just absolutely teched out. What you can't see is a really fantastic heads-up display. It tells you the speed limit of the road you're on, your current speed. If you've got your adaptive cruise control on, then it'll tell you not only what you've set it to, but it'll give you the distance you've chosen, and it's all there right in front of you. So really, you do not even have to look down, which is absolutely fantastic. And then in your driving modes, yes, you've got drive, reverse, all that stuff. It does have a sports mode, you just drop it down a bit, and then it just toughens up the car a little bit, so it's still got quite a lot of roll, even in sports mode. But what is quite cool is when you change that to sport mode, the heads-up display turns from telling you various different bits of information to giving you an RPM readout, so that when you go to your DSG manual gearbox, you can monitor how far your revs are going and then change it up. What other features do we have in this? Well, we've got the rear view mirror, which is not unlike any rear view mirror that you have, but press this button here and it turns into a rear view camera. Now that is fantastic. And then you've got your infotainment screen right up in the gauge cluster, and that gives you, you can choose what you want. You can music, speedos, sat nav, trip information, where your wheels are, what they're doing, your suspension, all this stuff. It can all be custom to what you want in your own car, in your own setup. And that is, again, a great little feature. So the interior is just what you're looking for. Plenty of leather, heated, cooled seats, 4-zone climate control. You've got a massive panoramic sunroof, which actually goes quite the way back as well, so you get a really open feeling. It's comfortable, and yeah, when you put your foot down, it goes. I mean, oh. But it weirdly doesn't feel like you'll lose control. This thing does not cut corners like a sports car, but at the same time, you don't feel like you're gonna lose it. It's actually really fun. I was so happy to get the chance to review this car because it is just so much further ahead than its predecessor. It is absolutely fantastic. But I do think I need to take this off-road, but it's getting a little bit late in the day now and I want my dinner. So I think first thing in the morning, what I will do is I will go out onto a nice farm field and I shall see what this thing is capable of doing off-road. So before we get into the review, I was told that this car can park itself. Now, I have never been in a car that can self-park. So I'm going to attempt it now for the first time, not only in a brand spanking new Range Rover, but also, well, you're just going to see my my cherry being popped. Ooh, here we go. So I press this button, right, so it's got a space for me. Right, release the brakes and press start. Oh, no, no. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh. Oh. Right, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, yeah, so yeah, right, so it's going to get, yeah, good luck. Yeah, okay. A little bit more space needed. Oh, my God, it's doing it. Oh, look, the steering wheel. Ah! Oh, ooh. Oh, right, stop. Oh my God, stop. Well, check the surroundings for safety, okay. Well, by Jove, it's going to a space perfect. That is immense. That is immense. So, we've been driving it on the road, fairly good, but this is at heart an off-road vehicle. So, let's take it off-road, shall we? Right, so here we go. We got a nice bit of off-road here now. Good. So the first thing we do is raise the ride level. So we just do that here. And then we select what mode we're in. So we're going to be on some grass with a bit of muddy verges. So we put that in there. And then we should be good to go. All right then. And here we go. We're off-roading. And Omar's off-roading for the second time in Total Revs. Hopefully it goes better than the last time. So we know the Range Rover is great on the road. It's got its DSG gearbox. You can put that into sport mode. We showed you that a bit earlier. But what's truly fascinating is this car is just as automatic off-road. You can automatically choose what types of terrain you're on. You can adjust your ride height. But it goes one step further. The car's monitoring you, always monitoring you, and it will suggest, hey, do you know, maybe we should change up the mode. It's not quite right. Maybe we should go into low range. This car does all that thinking for you. You'll just sat here for the ride. And to be quite honest, a 5-year-old could drive this. It's that easy to drive. And then we've got so much tech. We've got our camera here that shows us where we're driving, where the wheels are. It's got its sensors monitoring every single wheel and thinking, right, where's that wheel at that time? And then it will be adjusting it as we go, as quickly as we go. So we've mentioned about the off-road driving modes. So we've got dynamic, so that's monitoring the car's progress every sort of millisecond, thinking about where you are, what you're doing. It kind of takes the decision making out of your hands. Then we've got eco. That's when you kind of want to go off-roading, but you also kind of want to be nice and green and try and save the planet as much as possible. Then we've got off-road in comfort, and that is, well, that's kind of when you want to be off-road, but you don't want to think you're off-road. Not sure when that would apply, but okay. Then we've got grass, gravel and snow. It's in the name. Whenever you've got one of those three things, it's going to monitor what's going on. So, you know, in the snow or something like that, you might be slipping out, all that kind of stuff. You might need more grip. So it's going to deal with all that for you. So the next one is mud ruts. So you're going to be going through those mud ruts and it's going to be looking at where the wheels are. It's going to be looking at your torque going on, because there's too much torque, you're going to spin. So that's what it's going to be looking for there. So then you've got sand mode. So that's when you want to go to the Sahara and have fun on the dunes. So then we've got rock crawl. So that's when, you know, we're going to be in a very rocky area. The land is going to be very uneven, and it's going to be monitoring the place of each wheel and thinking about what torque goes to what wheel to get you through that. And then we've got wade. So it's in the name. We're going to be wading through a lake, a river, a stream, whatever it is, and it's just going to make sure that the car can get through that maneuver nice and easy. I am going to put it back into dynamic, because I want an easy life and I want the car to do all the thinking. And then there's the speed. Yes, it's got a bit of kick on the motorway, bearing in mind, this is the top level diesel. And then you think, well, does that translate to the off-road? Well, it does, because you can really put your foot down. Bloody hell. And I mean, you can even get the tail out off-road. I'm in a Range Rover and I'm getting the tail out off-road. What nonsense is this? The 2022 Range Rover shows that JLR have continued to build on this winning formula. They've created this behemoth that's as comfortable on the road as it is off. It's just a shame that, statistically speaking, this car will never feel the grass beneath its tyres again. So about an hour ago, I received a call from the Top Gear bigwigs. They said, Top Gear! Sake. Oh, Lord, do, that man. What? Go away! It's just a shame. I try again. Strong man. Statistically speaking, this car will never feel the grr. I'll do that again.